We do? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Cactus can't afford to linger. He's got a jet. So.
Okay.
Right. Well, let's go ahead and officially get started. Thanks everyone for showing up. Sorry about bombing out on you last week. I'd love to list a series of valid excuses, but I don't really have any. So there you go. At least I'm honest about it, right? That said, oh right. Let's search character controlled by. There's so many people.
Corvine Winterblood.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, that should be yours now. All right. When we last left off, Dandy had dropped the bomb on pretty much the only party member who didn't know already, but that's beside the point. And then a bunch of other stuff happened, but no one really cares or needs to worry about that. What's important is that the sheep and the unicorn are officially engaged.
No, what's important is we've converted from squares to pup lengths. Converted officially. It's no longer a joke.
It's a transitional period, but we're getting there.
Well, with the conversion would have just been full and complete right then and there on the spot, but I just didn't have the wherewithal and the time to convert everything right then. Also, admittedly, I'm not a huge fan of pup lengths, simply because that strikes me as mildly silly, and I like to be like super serial when I do this sort of thing. But
well, not everyone has hooves, so.
But I figure there's no harm in
Not everybody's hooves are consistent size.
That said, before we move on, I wanted to ask if there's anything anybody wanted to do. We'll pick up the morning of the next day, but before we do, I wanted to know if there's anything anybody wanted to do before we jumped.
No.
Don't worry about it.
I don't think
One of them
Tanya.
secretly Saya.
Yes, Saya is right there. I don't think seeing Tanya has to happen tonight, so.
That reminds me, pizza. Do you want the cloaked version or the uncloaked version to represent your character? Alright, then you shall be cloaked from henceforth. Plus, it's got that smug expression on your face.
I would like to remind you, OC, you should. Oh wait, no, Amber doesn't use the character sheet. Never mind.
Not yet. No, we still need to make a character sheet for her.
That's what I was saying to do earlier.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about it, but we got to get started, so I'll take care of it after session, if I remember. That or ask someone to do it for me. I might be a little burnt out. I'm running a little bit low on sleep. But anyways, all right. So then I take it nobody has anything particularly want to do before the morning.
Yeah.
Stars, anything you want to do?
I'm good.
Okay. We'll pick up in the morning then. Where do you all spend the night? Just out of curiosity.
I have ideas.
Oh no.
All right, Corvine, where are you spending the night?
Corvine suggests that everyone stays the night at the Winter Blood Estate.
It's a slumber party.
It's a slumber party.
I mean, this is kind of what Bai Guang assumed we were going to do, if not the mobile headquarters.
Sai, actually, when this is brought up, is going to approach Corvine and say, "Are you sure this is a good idea?"
Not entirely, but I want to make sure that Amber's sister's okay.
All right.
Anybody else have any particular reactions to staying at the Winterbloods?
I look for Vesper approval.
Vesper, do you have any particular feelings about staying at the Winterbloods tonight?
No.
Amber would like to make a check to see if she overheard that.
Overheard Corvine saying that she suggests everyone stays at her place, or that what Saya whispered to Corvine?
Probably the whisper.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah, the whisper.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check.
And for record, since I said this off stream, I'm also going to narrate that kind of stuff. The important stuff. Freaking nat 20.
Then. Well, you heard every single word in breath. So that's great.
Oh.
I guess I don't even have to. You know, I'm just gonna, for the heck of it, try to get a nat 20.
Corvine sound. Oh no! You hear Corvine's in the conversation.
Well, let's just consider for a moment my stealth is really high.
Well then.
You get the feeling Sai has reservations, but you're not sure exactly what. That seems a reasonable compromise.
Oh my god!
Well, that was a fun turn of events.
Yeah.
With this information, do you do anything in particular about it, Amber? Or are you just sort of stew on it?
Yes, 'cause-
No kissing in my light worshipping game. My good light worshipping game. There we go.
Oh no.
Alright, fair enough. Then if there's no objections, we'll jump to the next day then, because if I recall quickly, Vesper said he had no objections to this. So by extension, I presume Dandy has no objections to this.
But how do they react when a group of like 10 people walk into there?
Especially when
Trueheart-
one is close to Corvine.
Trueheart,
There's plus
Trueheart would
the
be home at this point. Let's see here.
I mean, it is cold and rain. Amber better get that jacket.
It's true.
Yeah,
Um,
cracker jackets.
She's an alpaca. She
Oh.
has resistance to environmental hazards.
it's true.
Wear a
Oh, yeah.
scarf.
I mean, someone's wearing a stylish scarf.
Yes, wear only a scarf.
Was.
Trust me.
A neckerchief, if you will.
Ooh, give me out a second.
I'm naturally wearing one. Heck you guys.
And so is Corv.
Well, surprise,
Yes.
surprise, the PCs did something that wasn't fully expected, so give me a hot second.
Wait, why wasn't this expected? We were talking about this yesterday, like last session.
2 weeks
There's a
ago.
lot of things that get talked about that DM forgets about.
Okay.
That's not helpful at all.
I mean, where did you think we were going to go? Vesper's house?
Well, I actually didn't think there'd be much
Happening.
Happening.
I thought Vesper's house.
prior or that night. You know, I kind of figured it'd be a transition into the morning and done with it versus let's go to the Winterblood Estate and have this awkward conversation with Dad about what's happening.
Mhm.
Oh, and this is my girlfriend.
No, that house has a bloody pulp in the corner, so that's not going to work.
Oh,
oh, that one? Oh.
no, that's the other Winterblood estate we don't talk about.
Oh, that was a Winterblood estate, huh?
Let's see.
No, the one with the bloody body in the corner is probably the Winter Frost estate. After that first session.
Oh, the former one.
How does this one look? Let me see.
But now the Winter Green Estate. We don't know much about them.
We don't talk about them.
I know, right?
They are a trade partner, so we try to forget.
You know what? This will do for a quick slap job.
Slapdash,
Snapping.
slipshod.
There we go. There we go. Now we have a grid back.
Okay.
Slapdash is a good word that nobody ever used.
Wait, you were talking about Kashmir?
I was talking about Kashmir.
I was talking about Wintergreen, the
Oh.
packet.
Oh, I was talking about the Winter Green Noble House.
Yes, the company. Or wait, no, it's Evergreen.
Yeah.
So yeah, Wintergreen is Kashmir's family.
This freaking. What is this? These roll 20 maps and being slightly off grid. Ugh, it's irritating.
There's the Winter Bloods, the Winter Frosts, and the Winter Greens, and the Evergreens.
Okay.
I was gonna call him Evergreen, then I remembered that was already taken.
And then there's the Snowdons.
And then there's the Snowdons.
And then the Snowstar.
This is not the best representation of the entrance to the Winterblood estate, but it'll have to do for now.
Sure.
It'll do.
It's
You have a summoning circle.
decent enough.
Good to
So we'll say that the family has a teleportation circle, but it's only in use occasionally. Essentially, because these things are sort of expensive to maintain and use, so it's really only used for like high priority people.
Oh no, I think I lost Corvine.
Yeah, you're gonna
I
have
just
to
made a
drag
new
us
one.
over there or something because
It's a very far distance.
I just pop out
Yeah.
another one.
I forgot that my default.
no.
I forgot that my
Oh, no.
default sprite is flipped. But that's okay. I kind of wanted to face this direction anyway.
All right. No.
I kind of want to face that direction too.
Okay, fine, I'll pop out another Corvine.
Let's see here. Oh, there's so many NPC sprites. Ah,
Have you like turned off auras or something?
maybe. Hold on. I'm
Why am I flipped?
That's-
currently trying to find.
Because
Did I?
you were flipped when he set that as your default token.
Did I not?
God damn it, Izzy.
That's fine.
Did I not?
Actually, no. This is a good thing.
Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Sneaking
I
up
find
behind
it really
Corbin.
weird that you guys can't flip your own sprites. There's got to be a way to change that.
Sai is disappointed that Corvine faced away from her.
She turned her back on her.
No.
All right,
turn your back on me, Scar.
Apparently, I didn't upload. How are you? Push.
Are you looking for Tide?
Well, I was actually looking for True Heart, but since we're here, I should upload
All
Tide
right.
as well.
Forgot Tide is the uncle.
Yeah.
Yes, Tide is the uncle who's surprisingly chill. There we go. Oof, you're kind of blended, don't you, there, buddy? It's an aura to make you stick out a little bit.
hmm Which no one will see. Don't worry about
Apparently, I can't see it either, so don't worry about it.
it.
Oh dear.
His auras are just gone now.
Important question. Did you place this room on the token layer or the map layer? There we go.
Right. So, right. So, yes. I am good DM. I know how to. Yes.
Now give Tide a yellow aura, and he'll
That's
be,
exactly what I was doing.
he
Actually,
will complement his brother's colors.
Changes.
Yes, because we have the entire Winterblood family.
minus several.
Pardon?
Minus what?
Minus several.
That's not going to work.
No, what I mean
Whatever.
is as sprites.
Hmm.
They all have sprites.
Whatever, that'll do. It doesn't matter too much.
And any of them that are alive have sprites.
Yeah, basically.
And then
I see Ash has been to this room.
Yep. Making a freaking mess again.
That's her nest.
It's the ghost of now. Trying to preserve the books.
That's her bed.
there we go. You should have control of that pizza. Is there anything else? There's probably something important I'm forgetting, but whatever.
It's an Ash
carry on.
nest.
All right, as you enter in to the entrance of your home, you see your father, he's still a little weak, but more or less himself. Currently chatting with Tide, and the two of them appear to be discussing. They seem to be digging through some books and discussing this, that, and the other. They don't seem to immediately notice you entering.
Oh, father.
A bit surprised, he turns around. Oh, hello, Corvine.
Hello.
I see you've brought your friends. What's the occasion?
It's business, unfortunately.
Oh, right, that reminds me.
Yeah, I was talking about you forgot Amber's sister.
Yes.
That's got to bring our business with us.
In protecting the guilds, we're going to give control of her to Amber.
Hooray. I have control.
There we go.
I'm not Amber, don't use the enchantments on your sister.
You have control of Longma.
You have control.
You have the power.
He gets a slightly worried expression on his face. What do you mean?
Infinite power.
Actually, there's someone who I'd like us to have over as a guest.
Tide chuckles. Let me guess, another one for us to babysit?
More or less.
Your aunt's gonna love this.
It's because of those people who tried to kidnap you, father.
When you say it, there's this very sudden and very heavy silence that enters the room.
Oh.
Let me see if I understand this straight. Let me see if I understand this. You want me to give essentially asylum to someone that a noble is after.
She nods.
Lets out a heavy sigh and turns towards Tide, and Tide sort of presses his lips together. Well, I'll admit I'm not fond of taking in random homeless people.
She's not homeless.
I know. What I'm saying is no offense to your friend there, but this is an entirely different matter. She's not some random person of the streets. She's a direct target of a powerful noble, and if we grant her asylum here, well, that puts us in direct conflict with one of the houses. Don't get me wrong, Corvine. I agree with what you're doing. I just have to consider very carefully the consequences and the ramifications of what this will do. Well, if he finds out.
Sai steps in, just steps right in front of Corvine, and says, "Have you considered for a moment that they could come back for you anyways.
Yeah.
So what is the point of turning her down?
I mean, the fact that I managed to get away was one thing, but having two targets under the same roof increases the chances of retribution.
Father,
Please understand, Corbin. I want to help. I just have to. I'm not saying no. I'm just trying to weigh everything involved.
Like Baiguang steps up and puts a hoof on Sae's shoulder for a moment, looks to Trueheart. If I may, sir, nobody should know actually that we have brought her here.
Well, he looks over at Corvine and gives her a slight smile. We are good at keeping secrets in this family.
I suppose we are. Plus, I don't see Oystein lasting long enough to be problematic.
How do you mean?
His secrets are starting to be more open. I don't see, even if he succeeds partially now, him not going the way of the Sapwoods.
That would certainly create an interesting political shift in Rain.
She nods.
Well, against my better judgment, I'll grant her some asylum, although I don't know for how long. I mean, no offense, he looks over at her. I can't give you a permanent home here, but maybe once things have cooled off a bit, if they do.
Amber gives the big puppy dog eyes to.
Give me a diplomacy check or persuasion, or whatever it's called in this edition.
Get that
It is-
Pathfinder out of here.
Oh, Steve, what are you doing in Pathfinder?
Perslomacy. Yes, give me a perslomacy check.
Perslomacy check.
That third and maybe fourth edition out of here. I don't know what fourth edition skills were.
I think it was diplomacy.
Get that fourth edition out of here.
No.
He is largely either unaffected or unaware of puppy dog eyes. So your puppy dog eyes didn't help, but they didn't really hurt either. So
I wish I'd had the foresight to have Sai Hong aid that check.
Guidance.
Tide, what do you think? Well, if you ask me, I'd say we give her asylum, but yeah, I'm not exactly one for responsible decisions now, am I? Alright, fine. Like I said, we'll go ahead and give her asylum for now. I'm sure we can find some use for her in the house. That is, he clarified himself. I'm sure we can put you to work doing something. Idle hooves are the predator's toys, as they say.
Do they say that?
Awkward.
Yeah. Yeah, after saying that,
Yep.
there's a moment he's like, he turns towards it. Sorry, it's an old expression.
Well, yes, I've heard it a few times before.
Have you
It
now?
just.
It never sat well with Corvine.
Tide, could you escort our new guest to one of the guest chambers upstairs? Yeah, sure, I can do that. Come on. Let's get you situated.
Control of that character was short-lived.
Oh no.
I had the two of them head out. Trueheart lets out a heavy sigh.
Corvine still looks a little anxious.
Ember is already anxious.
Corvine, I have to admit, ever since you've gotten back, life has gotten very interesting. Had I known that this is how things would turn out, I might have chained you to a table.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make things interesting.
Well, I don't think anyone anticipated what the recent events. There's a lot that's happened, and I'm afraid a lot of us just kind of got caught up in the crossfire.
Yeah.
He glances an eye towards Dandy. Can I help you?
No, just pacing a bit.
Fair enough. I suspect you're all a little nervous about this.
I'm
Nervous.
nervous about a lot of things. Not usually it's nervous.
It's not very often for, well, I guess commoners to butt heads directly with nobles like this. So I can't blame you for being a little nervous.
Oh, that's not
The
not
least
what I'm
of
nervous about.
our worries.
He lets out another sigh. Sorry, what, Andy?
He just said that's not what I'm nervous about.
He lets out a sigh. All right, Corvine, what is it? I've been in this business long enough to know when someone is nervous.
What do you mean? What is this?
That?
I build and sell ships for a living. I know how to read people.
Uh,
Plus, no offense, my dear daughter, you're a terrible liar.
Sorry, eyes, Corvine.
And Corvine glances back at Saya. It's a little worry.
An eyebrow raises.
She messages her real quick. What do you think?
Spygwell backs up. Like,
It was in a message, but you don't know.
Yeah, he's still backing up because of the situation.
Yes,
no,
what's
I-
Corvine's response?
Corvine doesn't give a response. Father, there's something else I need to tell you. Something personal.
All right.
You see, I found someone.
Raises an eyebrow. Found someone in what context?
Someone who means a lot to me. She gives another glance towards Saya.
You mean to tell me that you've fallen in love?
She
At the glance,
I,
Saya smiles.
I I turn the corner and give Corvine a wink and give her bardic inspiration for something. Because something's coming up.
And at that point, I was like, "Oh,
Also guidance.
what's his name?"
His name, yes, Sai?
I'm trying to think of Trueheart. Oh, right, yes, he's met Sae. So yes, you
Yeah.
know exactly who that is. I was like, does he know that? Right. He pauses for a second. Glances over at Sae. Glances back at Corvine. Glances over at Dandy. Glances over back at Corvine. Glances back at Sae.
The Sai just nods with a smile.
He actually opened his mouth as if to ask a question as you nodded, and he sort of closed his mouth again.
He's been caught up in the crossfire.
Corvine gives him a nervous smile.
Corvine, might I have a word with you in private?
She
Sai places a hoof over Corvine in reassurance.
she gives a ever so soft smile while still looking kind of nervous, and yes, I'm private.
Yes. The rest of you can stay here. Corvine, come with me.
And I'm going to make a stealth check to sneak something. Well, would this be stealth or sleight of hoof to sneakily cast a spell on her?
Good question.
I would say sleight of hoof.
Deception.
It doesn't matter either way.
If it has
Somatic.
components,
that's a good
I
question.
would say sleight of hoof. If it doesn't, I'd say
That's how-
stealth.
That's
What are
how it
the-
is in my house rules that nobody's
What are
used
the
so far.
components for the spell?
And then I'd say theoretically you could probably also use deception to be like, hey,
I don't know. It's enhanceability is what I'm doing.
Yeah. If it's
Deception's probably right in the open.
if it's somatic, that'd be sleight of hoof. If it's verbal, I would say deception.
okay.
And if it's a combination of two, or if it requires both of them, then I would say stealth.
It's fur or a feather.
But don't worry about the material. I just want to know: is it somatic or verbal, or both?
Or neither.
Is it neither? Is it just the material component?
It's all three.
All
No.
right, then I'll give it to you as a stealth check.
Alright, just let me. This is up. Okay, it's up to date. And I failed.
Maybe.
I did. Yep.
Well, you failed from Corvine.
All right. As you cast your spell, True Heart sort of glances over at Dandy but doesn't say anything.
It's for good luck.
Come along. Like I said, the rest of you go ahead and make yourselves comfortable. We should be back relatively shortly.
Sai's going to wait by the door here.
And I don't have a private room to utilize for this moment, so
Either way.
back to the dining room. We shall repurpose it.
So let's clear this
Kill
up.
everyone off.
Pretty much. I love you all, but goodbye.
Ah, the aura. It
Oh,
burns.
Dolores.
Sorry.
Is there a way I can turn on the ability for people to flip their sprites?
No.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's a no.
There
really don't
is.
think
It's called
so.
make everybody a DM.
Yes, unfortunately they can see through all the fog if you do that.
And look at any of your maps and all of your.
Yes.
all
Okay,
of your
guys,
library
we're running on the
files.
honor system. Don't look at my maps or my notes or anything like that.
And don't
And-
look at the fog ever.
and enemy stat blocks.
Just pretend like you can't see the rest of the map, okay?
Hey,
Just
OC, what's this stat block for Oystein?
don't worry about it.
What's this?
Anyway.
He has
Yes,
5.
as you walk in,
targets per
he
round now.
turns around and looks at her. Corvine, I don't know what to say. I
don't either.
I mean, I'm happy you found someone who loves you, you know? To be honest, I feared you never would. Not that I ever thought you couldn't, well, to be frank, because of what you were born as, I was afraid no one would find it in their heart to love you. So the fact that someone does means a lot, but remind me, did Juhar didn't know, but doesn't know Corvine's a lesbian, right? Like he didn't know this beforehand?
No.
Okay. I just to be blunt, I need an heir.
I know.
I mean, I guess technically adoption is a thing. I mean, after all, technically the head of Snowdawn is adopted into the family. But is I Corvine,
Yes.
what happened while you were out there? Well, after you left home and you were out, what happened out there?
Outside of rain?
Yeah.
Well, I wandered looking for any leads to predators, such as ruins. So I headed to the deserts. I met people, and I had to run away from them because of the bounties you put.
I see. I suppose I hadn't considered that. But in my defense, I couldn't. Anyways, we're past that now. I just
2 months.
have you always liked those, or is this a recent development?
It's hard to say. I didn't know what I liked for a while. You know, having very little interaction with people can do that.
I suppose locking you up like that didn't do you any favors, huh?
I don't blame you. But I need you to understand that I love Sai.
You escape from home. I get kidnapped. You become involved in crazy cultist predator nonsense. bring homeless people into our house and then tell me that you're in love with the. Trying to remember if he knows that she's a vigilante or not.
No.
Okay,
I
never mind
mean,
She
Wouldn't be
just
very good.
he just knows that
she
she's
helped
tired
him. Yeah, and that was named Saya.
and
Wouldn't
that
be a-
she's been worried about him. That's it.
then. Gotcha.
Wouldn't be a very good vigilante if everyone.
And he fell in love with a doe who's, well, for lack of a better word, kind of full of herself.
She's a little rough around the edges, but once you get to know her, she's much better than she seems.
I guess so. Then again, the world's a pretty harsh place. It can make a person pretty cold on the outside.
Okay, I'm calling you out on that one, OC. Just I need to stop you right there. I need to call you out on that pun right there.
Pretty cold on the outside, like on the top of your head.
Carry on.
Ironically, the pun wasn't intended, but it is now. I'm not upset with you, Corbin. It's just there's so much. It's a lot to take in. A lot has happened, and
I know.
well, I guess you had to grow up at some point, huh?
Just because I had to grow up doesn't mean I have to move away. I still want to be here with my family, with you.
Well, growing up doesn't necessarily mean moving out or moving away. It just means becoming your own person and I guess becoming who you are. Never cease to give me gray hairs, you know that? Dang it, Corbine, I love you more than life itself.
I love you too.
Alright, well I don't pretend to understand it. But if she makes you happy, then who am I to stand in the way of your happiness? I just adopted child or something.
I won't let you down.
I don't think you ever have, Corvine.
So, can we return to the main room? I think they'll start to worry.
I suppose we should. Don't want to keep them waiting.
Danny's definitely worried.
I'm hesitant to say I gave you my blessing just because of the rather unusual nature of it all, but if you're happy, then I'm happy, so
Has anything been usual with me?
touche. Oh, just let her know. If she doesn't treat you right, I will rip her limb from limb.
I don't doubt that for a second.
Good, because I mean it.
Oh no.
You can try.
Science.
You will fail.
What?
Yeah, that happened.
So much science.
Danny
Don't
learned
do
mirror
cheat
image.
cloning.
Poor Amber's just freaking out. He's like,
Danny has become Dolly.
I see Dandy and No must have read the same book at Vesper's house.
Drowns in the dandy. Well, there's the first casualty of the campaign right there. Rip Amber. Sorry, second casualty of the campaign.
I was gonna say first.
Well, I think Slaughter picked up for once.
Drowning in the dandy.
Anybody
All
want to hop
right,
in?
all right.
Anybody want to hop in now? We're open and have a.
I want to hop in.
It's like, oh
They're
no,
good.
there's
All
All
of
the
them.
dandies are going.
there's
Oh
so much,
no!
there's so much friction from all that wool rubbing up against
And
itself.
now the eye burning.
Oh
And my spicy meatball exploded.
Oh right, I need to bring Gerard over here, don't I? That's kind of a thing.
Mm.
no! I was just waiting for the camera to go back there.
Trueheart walks in and walks over and turns around, and looks at everybody. Should probably rotate people. I assume you all want to look at him.
Hang on. As Corvin enters, Saya's going to rush over to her and say, "So, Belle, how did it go? How did it go? How'd it go?"
I'm okay. It went relatively well.
I don't claim to understand your relationship, and I will admit that from a noble perspective, I'm displeased because this will mean a lack of blood heir. But Corvine, I think, is overdue for happiness, and if you make her happy, then who am I to stand in your way?
She looked over to him and smiled toward him this time. Not the second person she smiled toward. "I'm sure I can arrange something."
Now you treat her good, or else I'll rip you apart myself. I don't want anyone treating my little daughter bad. You got that?
Never would. Never.
Anyways, excuse me. I need to go to bed. A lot has happened, and I need to sleep it off.
In the dining room.
He gives Corvine a hug. Night.
It's like,
Tide, can you share your canteen with me?
You know where the guest chambers are, so feel free to get your friends situated.
oh yeah, where's Tide?
Um,
Did he leave the room?
yeah,
he went to
Tide.
go.
He escorted.
Oh, that's right. I
Just,
forgot. Yes.
I just realized that we're missing a unicorn.
Yeah, Vesper hasn't been here the entire time.
He has been. He's been in the corner, and no one's really noticed. He's just that
he's
good.
underneath the pile of books.
Except my passive perception is 26.
See,
So
boom. See, as Vesper pops out of the books. Surprise!
It's the unicorn's natural habitat.
Unicorns have a
nest.
natural perception filter.
frick.
I've been here the whole time. You just didn't pay attention to me.
There we go. Now you can control your character for all of.
Where's Vesper? I don't know, he's just in the corner reading a book.
Natural perception filter this.
Well, it just so happens he had a 30 on his he had a 30 on his blend in with the books check.
Yes. That uses all the money.
Did I say 30? I meant 31.
Dandy, do it!
I'm out.
Inspiration. Oh no.
At least I think I'm out. I'm probably out.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I used 3 already, I'm pretty sure. I know I used 1 in combat earlier today.
The science. It returns.
I mean, it was his book. His science book.
Right, so that said, is there anything else somebody wants to do or RP or say?
Yes. Saya's going to hug Corvine.
Corvin hugs back.
Yeah, let me help out with that. There we go.
Excellent.
And they don't look at each other. Oh.
blind
Noted.
hugging.
Gasp.
Is there anything else anybody wants to do?
There you go.
Nothing comes to mind.
Dandy or Amber, anything you guys want to do before we head over to next morning?
Nothing.
Amber says
Alright.
no.
So we will go ahead and pass the night. The morning comes without much issue. The house is a bit of a hustle and bustle. There's a couple of servants on hand preparing breakfast for everybody, including Corvine, since they're well used to her diet.
Are they? I thought we established the servants were made that were brought in after Corvine left.
All right, yes, this is a fair point. So yes, they're doing as such. Although Trueheart informs Corvine that her breakfast that he prepared her breakfast,
Okay.
which
Should know.
typically means basically food in a discreet location.
Mhm.
And during breakfast, there's a knock on the door.
What an annoying knock.
Oh,
And wrong folder, right folder. Go. Sure, this one. What is that?
What are you two doing?
Nothing.
Glorious science, I suppose.
Vesper's trying to make a force field around him to crush him, but he's expelling force outward to keep it.
Why would I do that? He's standing on the circle.
He's casting enhance ability alongside permanence, which is totally a 5e spell.
Mm-hmm.
That totally.
After several moments, the door opens after a servant opens it, and there's a
Who dat?
young reindeer standing who gives a respectful bow.
How young?
Who's here for breakfast? To Corvine.
It's throwing me off to see new sprites that I didn't make.
And he bows. So, sorry. Is there a Miss Corvine Winterblood here?
No. Oh, well. Yeah. So is she eating with everyone else, or?
Probably not. I assume she would be eating in a separate location.
Question is Corvine there right now, or is she still here?
How quickly do you eat to join the company, Corvine?
Quickly. She wants to actually spend time with the people who she likes.
Fair enough. Then yes, you are here when the messenger arrives.
Oh, yes?
Yes. I am one of several messengers that have been dispatched. Miss... I forgot my own names for a second there. Matriarch Winterfrost wishes to speak with you and your friends.
Matriarch, which... You mean,
Vixen.
Vixen.
Vixen's here?
Yes. Sorry. I
Everyone-
just forgot that she was, the matron of Winterfrost now.
Bagwang breaks the circle.
Oh no, what have you done?
It exploded.
Explodes.
It wasn't ready.
He looks a little surprised at Baiwang rushing over. Can I help you, sir?
I just follow the crowd.
Anyways, yes. She wishes to speak with Miss Winterblood and her companions. If you happen to know them or see them,
They're all here, I believe.
Oh, well, that's incredibly convenient. In that case, I shall report back and tell them that you received the message. Now, if you will, he bows his head respectfully. I see I interrupted breakfast. Pardon? With that, he heads out.
It's off in his car.
I am not looking forward to going back there.
Oh. Why not?
I still have to see Ileana one more time.
Wrong place.
Did I not?
Is it the wrong place?
Yes.
Ileana isn't a Winterfrost.
Yes, the summons I should have specified is to the Winterfrost estate, or what was formerly the Winterfrost estate. It's a little less impressive nowadays. Well, with the whole,
It's
Civil
I got
War.
confused.
it's still the
Burning and-
Winterfrost estate, just
The way
Well,
things were
Grand
given,
Central.
the way things were worded to me, I got things way differently.
No. So what it is Vixen technically had the surname Snowdawn for many years. You see, what it was, and this is public knowledge, is that she, at a young age, became an apprentice to the house and basically lived there. And
Yes.
and because she was a nephew to Duke Winterfrost, she figured there was no need for her to
Yes.
retain her family name, so she changed her last name from Winterfrost to Snowdawn.
You said she was a nephew.
But- Yeah, she's blood related
Niece.
to the Winterfrost, so she's the closest blood relative to them and thus owns it technically.
Yes, all the other blood relatives are dead. She's the last living true Winterfrost. So apparently she's now in charge.
By
Yes,
Apparently.
she chose to take power because why wouldn't you?
So that's what's going on here. So if you thought she was a Snowdawn, that's because she technically was.
On paper.
Okay.
That said, I just realized I deleted a thing I shouldn't have deleted.